Welcome back to the Cyber Executive. We are at GPSEC St. Louis in the beautiful Energizer Stadium on a very cold May morning here. I have my good friend Andrew Wilder here. Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Mark. Thanks for having me here. It is surprisingly cool. You'd think, early May in St. Louis would be a good time to do this, but it's fine. It'll warm up too. Have
Yeah,
a good time.
yeah. So Andrew, one of the things that we've been talking about a lot is around cyber leadership and what makes a good cyber leader, and especially I think right now the industry is changing rapidly
Oh yeah,
and the expectations. Kind of, what's your thoughts on that?
yeah. We used to be known as the Department of No, right? And I've been talking with a lot of my peers about AI tools specifically, and one of the things is that we really can't say no anymore. We got to let the business, dive feet first into this thing. We got to figure out, of course, how to control it, how to control the risk. But I think becoming the department of yes and how we can make it more secure for you is part of what we need to do. From a kind of a team leader perspective, one of the things I was thinking about recently was the Abraham Lincoln right. So his all of his cabinet were the people that had gone against him when he was running. And so all of these people with kind of different frames of thought than he had to bounce all of his ideas off of. And you see a lot of leaders who are looking for people who say yes all the time, people who always agree with them. There's a certain fear in hiring people that are smarter than you or better than you because, they could take your job. You need to get past that. Right? A good leader is looking for someone who will disagree with them and challenge them, not in a negative way, but in a, let's try and find the right solution type of way. So I'm really looking for people who have that kind of diversity of thought in terms of building their teams. I think that's a powerful.
And I always, and I don't know if it was Steve Jobs or who said it, but I always thought the same about you want to surround yourself around smarter people than yourself,
Yep.
and because if you make them look good, they're going to make you look good. And then the company looks good, the department looks good. And that's really what we want. Right.
Yeah.
And so definitely you got to get those right team members because you can't know everything. So I think some people like to think they can, right? So
I like to say to my boss, my job is to make you look good, and your job is to give me every single piece of ammunition I need to make sure I do my job well.
That's right. Yep. Yep. So Andrew, any other quick thoughts off of this topic here around cyber leadership?
Yeah, I think the other thing I'd like to think about in terms of leadership is really what do you do as a leader? So I think there's two things that I like to focus on. Now, obviously, there's more than two things. Two things that I like to focus on. One is you're there as a leader to empower your team. You're there to make a safe space for them. So going back to your Steve Jobs quote, we don't hire great people to tell them what to do. We hire great people to tell us what to do. So you want to create that safe space for them. So any kind of roadblocks that they're getting into, political roadblocks, resource roadblocks, financial roadblocks, skills roadblocks, whatever it is, you want to break those roadblocks for them so that they can be successful. They shouldn't have to be held down by any of that kind of stuff. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, I think you always want to be helping people move forward in their careers, devoting 10% or more of their time to training and learning, helping them advance in their careers, even if that means outside of your team or outside of your company. Someone told me one time, no one's ever going to care more about your career than you do. I think that's really true. Don't wait
Absolutely.
for HR or your manager to do it. You got to get on it yourself. But a really good leader is going to be there to try to help you along that path and help you achieve those goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I always look at it. I want, even if it's the lowest person in my chain, I want them to some point to have the skills to be where I'm at today.
Absolutely.
Whether they want that career path or not, but if they have that skills, they can at least grow off of it. And whenever at some point they don't want to be technical, they want to be more managerial, they have those skills at least.
Absolutely.
So, well, Andrew, thank you very much for being here today in this nice, cold outdoor space. And for everyone else, please be sure to share the podcast. And until next time, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.